Hello, stamping friends. I'm Doreen DeCebus from It Begins with Ink and Paper, and welcome to Funfold Friday. I hope you've had a great week. I know it's been a crazy week here with the snow and the cold, and we had no school yesterday, and just has been quite an active week, and we're supposed to get a lot of snow this weekend too. That's what life is like in the Northeast. So thank you for joining me tonight, whether you're joining me on the live, on the replay on Facebook, or on my YouTube channel where I put all my videos after the live. And I'm so happy that you're a part of my community. So thank you for that. So what I have here is a new set that I haven't used before. It's in the current January to April mini catalog. It's a bundle. Comes with a punch. I love this punch, and I'm so glad I have it. I love punches, and I love coordinating stamp sets. So this one is called Hugs for Love. We have some different hugs in it. There's a total of 13 photopolymer stamps in the set. We have one sentiment that says Happy Valentine's Day, but the rest are just surrounding love. Life is better with you. Sending you a big hug. You and I make the best team. Lots of hugs and kisses, and you make me smile. And so we're going to be using this set in tonight's card. All right. Next, we are also going to be using some designer series paper that is called Everyday Happiness, and it is found in the current scrapbooking flyer that is on our website. And I love this paper. As soon as I saw it, I was just going through the scrapbooking flyer and not thinking that I was going to buy anything from it until this paper went across my screen. Its main color is Lost Lagoon. Also has wild wheat in it, some pebbled path, some pretty peacock. Let's see, am I missing anything? We'll look right on the back of the package. So it has gray granite, Lost Lagoon, mossy meadow, pecan pie, pretty peacock, berry vanilla, and wild wasabi. So I said some pebbled path. I thought the gray in the leaves was pebbled path. But there are 3 double-sided sheets. You get a package of 12, I believe. Yes, 12. So there's 3 double-sided patterns. So you get 4 pages of each, which I actually like. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining tonight. You get this really pretty plaid that's a combination of different hues of the Lost Lagoon and pretty peacock. And then on the back, you have a wild wheat design. On this piece, oh my goodness, I love it. You have this beautiful floral design. Bring it up close so you can see it. And then you have this great stripe piece that, the lines aren't even. They're not the same size. They're not going straight. You've got all the different colors, and you've got some dots in here of peacock, and then you've got some great peacock vines with leaves on it. So it's really a great pattern, both sides. And then finally, we have this piece of Lost Lagoon and some pretty peacock all mixed in with the white little ovals. And then on the back side, we just have a nice ombre of the different colors on the back. So that is fun as well. So the card we're going to be making tonight is a super easy card. It's probably one of the easiest fun folds I've done in a while. And I needed that because I have been out straight this week and I've been fighting a cold. So I need it easy tonight, but I love it. It doesn't use a lot of cardstock, and it's just a front flap fun fold that opens up right in the middle of the card. And then on the back, you have a layer to add more to your sentiment. So like I said, I don't know what the name of this is, but I called it a front flap. And it gives us the ability to use a lot of designer series paper, so we're really showing that off. So let's talk about what we need. Let me pull everything out. This big piece here is just my scrap to do stamping and punching. I have a piece of Lost Lagoon cardstock that measures 2 3/4 by 11 inches. And I've just scored it right in the middle at 5.5. There's no special score lines on this. So I'm just going to, thank you, Lynn. I think it's a sweet little card too. So I'm just going to fold that and set it aside for a moment. The other piece of Lost Lagoon you're going to need is a piece that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5. That's it. This makes our whole card. So it doesn't use a lot of cardstock, which I really like. So what I'm going to do is just start putting, before I start stamping, I'm going to just start putting the designer series paper where I want it to go. We're going to actually have 2 different designs that measure exactly the same, because one's going on the outside and one's going on the inside. And then we have a piece of basic white that measures exactly the same. So these 3 pieces measure 2.5 by 5 1/4. I'm going to be stamping on this one, so I'll just set that aside. And I'm going to start by putting this piece on the front. Just looks so sweet. And then this piece is going to go on the inside flap. And after we stamp, the other piece will go in here. This just kind of coordinates by putting this piece here, all of everything about the card. So I'm going to set that one aside. Then I'm going to take these 2 pieces that measure 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4 inches, and we are going to put these right here at the top and the bottom of the card. We don't need to put a whole piece on this back piece, so this is a way we can save some of the designer series paper and only use what we need for what's going to be shown on the card. So I'm going to add the bottom piece first, and then I'm going to add the top piece. There we go. And then this piece is going to sit right on top of those 2 pieces. So you can see why we only needed 3/4 of an inch. It's going to cover it up anyway. So we might as well just have the Lost Lagoon showing there. So I'm still going to wait to put this on, but I will put the back on. So the last 2 things we need will be a 1/2 inch piece of a 1/2 piece wide of this Lost Lagoon piece, and we need a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white cardstock. Now I've made this just a little longer than I need, so that I will just trim it off, and I don't have to worry that I've cut it correctly or incorrectly. It's long enough to fit, and then I can just trim this off. Quick and easy. There we go. And this piece is going to go on to the back of our card. So you will have plenty of room to write a message to whoever you're going to send this. Now sometimes when you take your back of your card, you have a little ridge from where you cut on the other side. When I see that, I just take my bone folder and rub over it, and it flattens right out, so you can't even see it. Okay, so there's the back, there's the front. Now I can do some stamping. So I'm just going to need my Pretty Peacock ink pad, and what I'm using from the stamp, there are 2 different frames that fit the punch. This one with multiple hearts, this one with only 2 hearts. I'm going to use the multiple heart one. And I'm going to stamp my frame and the inside and then punch it. Oops, not on that one though. We'll go right here on this side. There we go. It just stamps such a nice image. Isn't that a perfect frame for any time you have a loved one? And then on the outside, I'm going to stamp sending you a big hug. And I'm going to stamp that this fits right inside that frame. I'm going to stamp it before I punch it, in case I make a mistake. I didn't. I'll just set that aside. Then on the inside of the card, I am going to stamp, You Make Me Smile. I'm going to stamp that right in the middle. And yeah, I think that's okay. It's a little bit of a smudge, but I think I can get around it. And then I'm just going to take some of the little tiny hearts that come with it and stamp right on the side. So this is what the inside greeting looks like. Just adorable. I love it. So this is just going to go inside the front flap. Right here. And then what I'm going to do, let me just take a piece off. So later tonight and over the weekend, I'm attending a crafting retreat. I'm looking really forward to it. So I should have, if I get everything done, I should have quite a few cards to show you on Sunday night. So I'm just going to cut some of this ribbon off. This is the white diagonal ribbon. And I'm going to just tie it around this piece. I just want to make sure it's flat when I go to tie it. And I'm going to attempt to tie a bow, which is not always easy for me to do on the live. Sometimes it takes me a little while. Let's see how I do tonight. So that's why I gave myself a ton of ribbon to use. I'll use the leftover for something else. There we go. So now let's just make my bows. Oh, this isn't too bad. Okay, now let's just bring it down a little bit. And then I can just cut off the edges. And that gives us just a little ribbon accent on the edge there. This is now going to get some adhesive. I'm going to put it all around on all 4 sides because I want this to really stay put. And we'll do a strip right in the middle. And then I'm going to make sure I am putting it on the right way. I'm going to bring those edges right down to the end and make sure it's nice and even. It almost is. I didn't press down, so it's still There we go. Okay, that's the card. Now I'm going to take the punch and I'm just going to center this piece in and line up those 2 points and just punch. And there we go. I didn't put this on dimensionals or anything. I could have. But I put this closer over to the right side. And then I'm going to use tonight the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems because I want something that's going to just shimmer. And I'm going to use these here. So I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm going to put 2 smaller ones up here a little bit. And I hope you can see the shimmer from that as I move it around. So that's it. That's how easy our fun fold is for tonight. So I'm calling it a front flap fun fold. It opens up like this, and then on the back you have a place to write a message. Thank you, Joyce. So I hope you have a great weekend. As long as we have power and the internet, I will be here Sunday night for Simply Stamping Sunday. And I hope you're able to join me. And I hope, excuse me, I hope wherever you are, you don't get too much snow. We don't have a lot, so it'll be good to fill in those mountains of ours. So thank you for joining me tonight. Don't forget to join me Sunday night for Simply Stamping Sunday, and have a great weekend, everyone. Good night.